Ladies and gentlemen, if you think this is outlandish, let me just read you a couple of articles. NPR. Former FBI Director Comey could be witness against McCabe. This is an NPR article, April 20th, 2018. He was also on CNN saying the same thing. James Comey is on record as saying he would testify against Andrew McCabe. Okay? That is an important point. That is something that nobody will ever acknowledge in media because nobody cares about this in media. They spread constant lies about Trump being installed by another country, and they don't look at these very peculiar and bizarre events or occurrences or developments where James Comey has stated he could be a witness and testify against his former assistant director at the Bureau. Well, why is that? Why is that? And also, do you think the Durham probe special counsel, before they get the conviction of Michael Sussman in a couple of days, or a week, or 2 weeks, or a month, or 2 months, however long the trial is going to take, or 3 months, do you think that when Sussman says, he met with Andrew McCabe. This is a Washington Examiner article. Durham Sussman notes battle pulls back curtain on Trump-era Bureau. Andrew McCabe, the former deputy director of the FBI, said Michael Sussman met with the Bureau in September 2016 on behalf of a client, according to notes from March 2017 made public by the Democratic cybersecurity lawyer. Sussman's defense. Ladies and gentlemen, and this is very important. This is a very important segment. This could very well happen. Durham can very well indict Andrew McCabe on a number of things. McCabe lied 3 times to the Bureau, and James Comey is willing to testify against him because of a leak to the Wall Street Journal. But that issue is tied to Terry McAuliffe and Democrats in Virginia giving McCabe hundreds of thousands of dollars for a political campaign because he was already compromised. That's why he gave that information. It was self-serving. Then he lied about it. And these people are like completely corrupt. It's unbelievable. These are like the Keystone Cops of political corruption. They covered up the Clinton email probe with top secret intelligence on servers running outside of the United States government. Nobody knows how top secret intelligence got on servers. I mean, I still can't believe, and I want a Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump 2024. I know that I'm all over the place. You might say I'm nuts, but we're still stuck in 2016. We need that. Clinton-Trump or Clinton versus DeSantis 2024. Hit subscribe, by the way, to this channel. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel below. Read my article in the Federalist. My article is just type in H.A. Goodman Federalist, ladies and gentlemen, on Google. H.A. Goodman Federalist. You read my writing on the Durham probe special counsel. One article was actually shared on Rush Limbaugh's show 2 days in a row, years back. And you'll read my article predicting the market crash we're seeing. So subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. Also, I will have a new channel that I'm working on explaining why Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies are going to descend to, Bitcoin will get to 10,000 or below. Unfortunately, I don't want that to take place. But ladies and gentlemen, Comey could very well be used by John Durham. That's why Comey has the goods on everybody, this man. He's like the guy, he's like the person, in not Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. The guy with the bald head who has who just has the goods on everyone. What's his name in the comments section? Let me know. But Comey could be used to testify against McCabe. And the reason is because McCabe met with Sussman. That's what Sussman's defense is going to say. He met with Sussman knowing the Clinton campaign was paying Sussman to spread lies to the Bureau, to get the Bureau, to deceive the Bureau, or give the Bureau a pretext, more likely, to just investigate an incoming candidate. So what Clinton did and Democrats, it's not like rocket science. They they pay people to create a myth that Trump worked with Russia. Then you still have years later, after everything's been debunked, like literally debunked, it never happened. It's a conspiratorial, completely irrational theory that people who complain about those theories believe in. The morally superior, highly educated liberals don't know any of this. They don't know any of this. It's like trying to explain physics to a house cat. They don't care. They don't know. They don't know what it is. They don't know what the Steele dossier is. They don't even know what the Durham probe is. They don't know anything. All they know is that Trump was friendly with Vladimir, and that's all they know. These are the most clueless people who lack information, and they're the ones who pontificate and make these absurd leaps of logic. I mean, every time there's a tragedy in this country, Democrats will find some way to link Trump. If they can't link Trump, they'll find some way to link a conservative organization. If they can't, then it's a Fox News pundit. It's never, if a tragedy takes place, God forbid, and we've seen it in a blue state, it's never the people in the blue state. It's never the Democrats. But that's another story. Now, these absurd leaps of logic. But anyway, McCabe met with Sussman. He was the assistant director at the time. He eventually became the director of the FBI for a moment. Okay, or served as the director of the FBI once Comey was fired. Comey was in on it too. This isn't, everybody knows that also. But the thing is, the NPR article, I'll read you really quickly. Former FBI Director James Comey has been making the rounds this week on his book tour. He's been talking about President Trump, and he's been talking about his one-time deputy, Andrew McCabe. Comey says it's possible that he could be a witness facing off in court against McCabe. That's if prosecutors decide to charge McCabe with wrongdoing over a media link to the Wall Street Journal. McCabe's lawyer acknowledges he might be facing charges. NPR Justice correspondent. Okay, so this is an article on an NPR show where they talked about McCabe or Comey willing to testify against McCabe. The interesting thing is that Comey also is lying. Obviously, he said that he didn't know the Steele dossier was purchased by Clinton and the Democratic Party. All these people are abandoning ship. They're all turning on each other. And Durham has, once the Sussman trial is done, he'll convict Sussman of the crime of lying to James Baker, the legal counsel, Comey's legal top attorney, legal counsel at the Bureau. He'll get the conviction, but while he gets the conviction, as they're defending Sussman, Sussman's defense team is going to throw Andrew McCabe and all these other officials under the bus. Because he's going to say, well, they all met with me, they all met with the attorney paid by Clinton, and they didn't care. Well, that's against the law. You can't just go ahead and meet with Trump's direct political rivals, obtain information that is just fabricated, and investigate him. And then if the rebuttal is, well, you can't prove that, well, there's the whole trial and factual background of the indictment is all about people who conspired against Trump. This is like a formality what Durham is doing, only charging or indicting Sussman on one specific lie. He's doing this to build cases for future indictments because he knows that Sussman's defense team will do all the work for him. Sussman's defense team will end up indicting more people in a way than Durham will right now. Or they'll help Durham indict more people by defending Sussman. And that's where Comey comes in. So, if Comey serves as a witness for the Durham probe special counsel, there's, by the way, 4 FBI officials serving as a witness against Sussman. And very easily, Comey could turn on McCabe. Because those two have a rivalry. Or I don't know if it's a rivalry, but they're Andrew McCabe got in a lot of trouble because he leaked information which he said Comey allowed him to do. He said that Comey allowed him to leak that information. The information he leaked was self-serving because he was given money by Democrats. But Comey also said that Attorney General Loretta Lynch told him to call the Clinton email probe a matter. So Comey's lying left and right. The thing is, he's at the very top, and it's very difficult. People like Strzok and McCabe and all those other people, they're in a very difficult situation, and Comey could turn on all of them. And he's already turned on McCabe, my God almighty. The funny thing is, nobody even asked him. There wasn't one person in media who even asked him to serve as a witness against McCabe. He's like, I'll do it. Yeah, do you need a witness? Yeah, totally bad. Shouldn't have leaked that information. Who knows? Maybe Comey actually did tell McCabe that you can go ahead and speak to the Wall Street Journal. Probably. But like right now, Durham is going to be utilizing turning people who, there's no honor among thieves. If they were willing to do this against Trump, they'll do this against one another. There's no honor among thieves. So they're all turning on each other. And it's just a matter of who or whom Durham wants to turn. It's just a matter of the people that Durham wants to pit against one another. Give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe right now. I'll be back in about 2 hours, people. Hit subscribe to this channel right now. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel below. If you want to become a member of this channel, your membership is, would be awesome. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below. If you want to give this a super thanks, that's below in the pinned comment. Share this, hit subscribe, and hit the notification.